Hey Jooba people, so this video is going to be part of my series on what makes this song great. It's going to be great for you if you want to just get deeper into a song and understand some of the music theory behind the songwriting process and some of the chord choices and some of the riffs, and understand how Dave Grohl probably came up with this kind of thing. So right off the bat, the song that's a Rick Beato thing, is in the key of D minor. And he uses some interesting notes here, okay, which I wrote down here in the verse. I'll just quickly play the three parts of the song for you. The first part is the verses that go like this: D minor, G minor, D minor / C sharp, back to D minor. So that's what he does with the verse. Pretty simple, just a 1, 4, 5, 1 progression if you break it down into progressions, which I'll talk about more in a second. Let me just play all the parts. And then in the chorus, he's got like a skin and bones, skin and bones, skin and G minor, D minor, you know, A minor, I'm just skin and bones. And then in the bridge, he's got this cool Dorian riff, the scale. Which kind of builds up into this really cool thing. Okay, so it's very simple. The verse in the key of D minor, you've got the chords. The three main chords are the 1, 4, and 5, like with in any key: D minor, G minor, and A minor. Okay, but he uses with the D minor, he just uses these 3 notes: the 1, the 3, and the 5, which is really cool technique. If you want to make something sound pretty cool, you can kind of play a part of the chord. Don't play the whole chord every time, which is sometimes an obvious thing, but sometimes we forget it, and sometimes you can make a song cooler by removing some of the notes rather than going but just doing. Sounds really nice. Got that nice high. And then when he goes to the G minor, it's actually like a part of a G minor 9, but it's also omitting a lot of the notes. So it's really got an interesting sound. The chord that's behind what he's doing is, you can hear it's a G minor chord, but he's just playing part of the G minor chord. So also another interesting kind of concept to use when you're writing your own songs is to just play part of the chord that you're doing and maybe keep some of the notes from the previous chord, just to kind of have the chord progression be glued together in a sense, so that it kind of sounds like a piece, not like just a bunch of chords. Okay, so that's kind of what he does really well, is he kind of glues his songs are really glued together. It's not like chord, chord, chord. It's more like everything's kind of blending together. And then he does the C sharp note over a D minor chord, which is a very interesting thing. But the chord that you're actually hearing in your head is the 5 chord in the key of D minor. Because listen, if I play the full chords, you'll hear it. Lately I've been measuring. But he makes the 5 chord a dominant 7 chord, which is a very common thing to do with the minor keys, to make the 5 chord a dominant 7 chord. Okay, so it comes from the harmonic minor scale. If you take the D minor scale, you take the 7th note and you make it a major 7. So you go. So once you use that scale to build your chords, you come up with the A7 instead of A minor, as in the natural minor scale. Because the natural minor has a C note inside of it, but the harmonic minor has a C sharp, and a C sharp with an A gives you a A major chord, and you make it an A dominant 7 just because that note is also in the scale. But anyway, I'm getting too far into the song, but that's the chord behind what he's doing. So it's D minor. Lately I've been winding down. If you want to play the full chords, but he's just doing partial chords. So he's just taking one note from the D minor the D minor harmonic scale, the C sharp note, and he's playing that note over the D minor chord. So let me zoom in here. So he's doing D minor, G minor, and then just doing the C sharp note, which is in the A7 chord. Now, I kind of was very intrigued by this, so I started playing around with it. So let's say in the key of E minor, with the 5 chord in the key of E minor is the B, and the note equivalent to what they're using here would be a D sharp. Okay, so let's say you apply, like what I always like to do is apply what I'm learning from one song to songwriting. So if I play a D minor here, E minor, it would mean I would add this note. Now, at first you'd think it won't sound good, but listen to this. It actually sounds pretty nice, you know, it's quite a nice thing. And then you can use an A minor with it. And that's quite a nice little thingy, nice little riff, could go into a song maybe. Anyway, so in the chorus of the song, he starts on the 4 chord. So he starts on the G minor and then goes back to the D minor. And that's a very common thing to do when you're writing a progression. You might start the verses on the key. So you might start the key of D minor, you start with the D. When you get to the chorus, you add da 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 da. So just to give the chorus a different feel, you start on a different chord. So the verses you start on D minor, and the chorus or the other parts you start on the 4 chord. You can even start on the 5 chord, but it's very common to start on the 4 chord. So in the key of D minor, that's G minor, so he starts the chorus in the G minor. 3 of the same things, and then the 4th line is something different. It's a very good structure, very good songwriting. Everything works in 4s. He's got 3 lines that are the same, and the 4th one is different, and then the chorus loops or goes back into the verse. So very important to keep that 4 structure in mind when writing a song. It keeps your song glued together for some reason. I don't know why, but that's just the way music works. And then, okay, so that's it for the verses and the chorus. Then for the bridge, he does something really cool. He uses the D Dorian scale. Now the D Dorian scale, the Dorian scale in general, is taking the 6th note of the minor scale and making it a major 6 instead of a minor 6. So the D minor scale would go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And the D Dorian scale would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So you take that note and you take it up 1 to a B instead of a B flat. So it's like a minor scale with a major note inside of it, which sounds really interesting and can get you into all like cool sounds. Like a lot of funk uses it. There is the harmonic minor. Sorry, don't think about the last example. I was just improvising here. Okay, so what he does is he just takes that note. It's a B note, right? So remember that. So that means when we come to the G chord, he's going like boom, da, just going up with the minor pentatonic scale, D, F, G, and then a B. And that's when it sounds interesting, right? The moment when he hits that B note, and that's where using a different scale just for one part of the song to write the chords can really make the bridge just kind of pop out, you know? Because you could have done like, suddenly the bridge is very interesting and surprising and just sounds good. So you're just using those notes inside the riff. And that's it. So the D harmonic minor scale is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That kind of gives you that Spanish. That was really bad, but you get the idea. And then the D Dorian scale uses a normal minor scale, but the 6th note is a major 6 instead of a minor 6. Hope that helped, and let me know if you like these types of videos. I'd really love to do more of them if they get the views. It's all about the views. Smash the like, hit the subscribe. Peace out. And remember, I give private lessons. If you want private lessons, link in the description. Cheers.